In the realm of scientific exploration, the line between genius and madness can often blur. Today, we dive into the story of a Russian scientist who dared to cross this line in a quest to create a human-ape hybrid. Crossbreeding is a common practice in agriculture, but the idea of a human-ape hybrid seems far-fetched to most. Yet this didn't deter one scientist from pursuing this audacious dream. From the elephant-headed god Ganesh in India to the jackal-headed god Anubis in Egypt, human-animal hybrids have always fascinated us in mythology. But what happens when these tales of old become as a scientific endeavor? Human-animal hybrids often symbolize our struggle between rationality and primal instincts. But what happens when this symbolic struggle becomes a tangible reality? Enter Ilya Ivanov, a Soviet scientist in the 1920s, who dared to push the boundaries of known science, attempting to mix human and ape DNA. Despite popular myths, Stalin did not want a human-ape army. However, Ivanov did conduct his audacious experiments under Stalin's regime, exploiting the government's disdain for religion to secure funding for his research. Ivanov's pitch to the Soviet Union was audacious. He proposed to prove human superiority over God by creating a new species. The audacity of his proposal secured him the funding and a trip to Africa. Despite his grand plans, Ivanov faced a significant hurdle: a lack of human volunteers. His attempts to recruit local women in French Guinea were met with firm resistance. Undeterred, Ivanov switched tactics, using sperm samples from his team to impregnate female chimpanzees. But even this approach proved challenging. In a desperate move, Ivanov began inseminating local women with chimp sperm without their knowledge or consent, a gross violation of ethics that eventually led to his downfall. Back in Russia, Ivanov's problems only increased. With limited resources, no volunteers, and mounting pressure, his dream was slipping away. In a last-ditch effort, Ivanov put out a call for volunteers. Only one woman whose life was in shambles responded. Before Ivanov could proceed with his experiments, he was caught up in a political purge and banished to Kazakhstan, marking the end of his audacious quest. Ivanov's tale is a stark reminder of the importance of ethical guidelines in scientific research. The pursuit of knowledge should never come at the expense of basic human rights and dignity. Despite Ivanov's fall, the quest for creating human-animal hybrids continues today, raising ethical questions and sparking intense debates. The advancements in science have made it possible to explore the unknown realms of cross-species experiments. But the eternal question remains: just because we can, should we? The controversy surrounding human hybrid research has led to a pause in funding, potentially slowing down advancements in related fields like stem cell research. Despite the ethical concerns, some argue that chimera research could offer valuable insights into our own species and lead to breakthroughs in medical testing and treatment. One potential benefit of chimera research is in organ transplantation. Human cells used to grow organs could potentially reduce organ rejections and increase success rates. The ethical implications of creating a human monkey embryo are immense. While the scientific potential is intriguing, the moral and ethical questions it raises are equally significant. While some countries have imposed a blanket ban on human hybrid research, others argue for a case-by-case approach, balancing the pursuit of knowledge with ethical considerations. As we stand on the brink of scientific possibilities, we must remember the lessons from Ilya Ivanov's story. With great power comes great responsibility, and the pursuit of knowledge should never compromise our humanity. If you liked this video, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and learn more about how we enhance history.